is up, everyone? Wait, let me roll up my windows. Yeah, that's much better. I don't think you guys heard what I said. I just rolled up my windows. Right. So I'm driving back home. I'm done logging in. I'm not logging off for the day. I just came to the office, did some work for an hour or two, and I'm going back. So let's see. What did I think of talking about today? So today is a Monday. So yeah, let me think. I was watching something for the weekend. Right, yeah. So I was watching two movies on Netflix. The first movie, it is Karate Kid Legends. So I mean, I guess most of you guys will know what Karate Kid is. You have to. I don't want to summarize Karate Kid. I mean, it is self-explanatory. There's a kid, he knows karate, right? Anyway, so Karate Kid Legends, right? So I think it's set after the events of Karate Kid, obviously. Karate Kid 1, 2, 3. And then we had Cobra Kai 2. And I don't know. See, I see Jackie Chan was in this movie, in this Karate Kid Legends. I'm not sure if he is playing the same character from the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan again. I'm not sure, but I don't think he is. I don't think Jaden Smith is in this Karate Kid universe. Fucking KCU. That is funny to think about, KCU, the Karate Cinematic Universe. Anyway, so back to the point. So it was a pretty good movie. So this is set, it starts off in China, right? So again, the protagonist, he is a Chinese dude. He and his mom, they moved to New York. Oh, it's like the inverse of what happens in the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. Like there, they move from America to China. This kid moves from China to America, or from Beijing to New York. So again, pretty predictable plot. I mean, it's what you might think is. Kid moves to a new place. He gets what do you say? He's new. He's kinda meek in this new place. He has his issues, and okay, wait. Let me focus a bit on driving right now. Yeah, so moves to the new place. He's kind of meek. He's new to this place. He doesn't know. I keep saying new to the place. Oh my god. So he already, the difference is he already knows karate. Oh no, he knows kung fu, but he has to learn karate. I mean, damn, big shocker. Huh? So oh, let me go, bro. Okay. Can you guys move this? Yes, okay. Holy shit. 3 cars, 1 lane. That sounds wrong, but anyway. Okay, it can fit 2 cars, that's good. Right, so the gist is this kid, he... Can I spoil this movie? I can, yeah. I'm making a video, of course. I will talk about the movie. Of course, sneak past. Right, so this kid and his mom, they are from Beijing. This kid had an elder brother, and they both know karate. And now what happens is he loses his elder brother. His elder brother dies in the past, and they show his elder brother dying in some flashback of the movie. Like his elder brother had won a tournament, a karate tournament, obviously. What else do you think? So his elder brother wins a karate tournament. The dude this elder brother defeated, he is bitter. He is a little pussy about his defeat, and he comes back and gangs up on this elder brother. And of course, the elder brother and his younger brother, the protagonist, they both are heading back with the trophy, and the sore loser of an opponent, of the sore loser who got defeated, he comes and he gangs up on them with his friends. And so there is a karate fight going on, and his brother is pretty good. I mean, obviously he won the tournament, but now one of them pulls a knife on his brother and stabs him, and his brother dies. But now the protagonist, he has trauma, obviously. He saw his elder brother die. Holy shit, there are cows, my god. Okay, holy cow, I guess. Yuck, that was a bad joke, but anyway. My god. fuck, this is a main road, dude. I don't know how cows come here. There are no farms here. How are cows ending up in the middle of the road here? There's just tech parks around here. Anyhow, I mean, fucking cows are coming for. Cows are returning to office right now. Okay, I'm losing my mind. So, of course, the protagonist has trauma. He saw his elder brother die, and when this fight was happening, the elder brother calls out to him, and the protagonist thinks that he wanted. The protagonist thinks that the elder brother wanted help, but the younger brother, being a kid, he froze. He didn't know what to do, and that's when the elder brother got stabbed, and that's why the protagonist, the younger brother, he blames himself for that happening. So he has his issues, and so anyway, then in the present, they are in China, and the protagonist and his mother, they move to New York. I don't know why I keep saying protagonist. I know his name. What's his name again? Li Fong. Li Fong is his name. Yeah, Li Fong is the protagonist. His brother, his name is Bo or something. I can't remember. So Li Fong, the protagonist, this current kid, he's a teenager, I assume. Oh my god. Yep. So him and his mother, they moved to New York. Now he has to. So now he makes new day at school, and his first friend is a girl who works at a pizza shop. She is the daughter of the pizza shop owner. He befriends this girl. He is on good terms with this girl's father too. The girl's father used to be a boxer. He used to do fights, local fights in the city. And okay, sorry for moving to the left. Yeah, this fucking barricade came in between. Okay, alright. It's a pretty good movie. I don't know why I'm narrating the entire story. So again, he makes enemies as well. This girl's father borrowed money from this shady dude, and he uses that money to, start his pizza shop. But he doesn't do that well financially. He's still returning some money, but the shady dude, obviously, he's not the kind of guy you borrow money from. He sends his goons, I guess, very frequently to this pizza shop to get his money back. And the father, he somehow he manages somehow, I don't know what it is. So obviously, I mean, after the skit comes, right? So the shady dude, he sends his goons to this pizza shop to get money, and the protagonist Li Fong, he happens to be there. And the three goons who they kind of gang up on this dude, his father, and of course our protagonist, he steps in, he kind of fights them off. I would say the choreography is pretty good. The fights are really good. It's really fast paced, Before this, I was watching Cobra Kai, right? Cobra Kai is like the perfect soap opera, but it has karate. It's more soap opera and less karate, okay? It has karate, but it's really cheesy. But okay, anyway, I enjoyed Cobra Kai, and I'm not dissing on it, but the fights are alright. They were not that. How should I say? They were not really. They were really. You could tell they have practiced the moves a lot. They have, and they're kind of slow, and they are. I don't know. I can't even blame them. I mean, even the actors need to be able to do that. And it's a series, right? You don't really put that much effort, I guess. I'm not sure. But the fights in this movie, Karate Kid Legends, I keep saying the name again. That was pretty good. The character Li Fong, right? The way he fights, or at least he acts to fight, it is amazing. The choreography was spot on. The moves he does and everything, it's really good. It's one continuous. They try to keep it in one continuous shot. Yeah, that's the thing. In Cobra Kai, they had a lot of cuts in the fights, right? So one guy throws a punch, and then cuts to the other dude taking the punch. It's like a mess. So right. So anyway, so now this kid, right? Since he beat off these three goons, and I was wondering, they show the goons to be the bad guys, but again, the father owes them money from long back, so I'm not sure. I wasn't really rooting for the father a lot. I thought the father will at least say, yeah, I'll give you my money, this and all. But nothing, they just start fighting. I don't know. But anyway, I guess the goons are the bad guys, because again, you shouldn't hit people, violence is bad, yada yada, but yeah. goddamn, I haven't spoken this much today. Yeah, so now what happens is this kid, the dad, the girl's father, I forgot the girl's name. The girl's name is Mia. Her dad's name, I forgot her dad's name. So Mia's father, Mia is this our protagonist Lee Fong's first friend, right? So Mia's father asks Lee Fong to train him because Lee Fong was able to beat them up, right? Or at least like fight them off. So Lee Fong is like hesitates because his mother is against violence, because obviously Lee Fong's mother lost his her first son, her elder son. So, but anyway, and even Lee Fong is pretty traumatized from that, and he doesn't want to fight that much. But he agrees because it will help Mia's father. So he agrees and he trains Mia's father. They get better and better, and Lee Fong teaches everything he knows. And Mia's father, he enrolls in this boxing tournament. He was learning to fight so that he can participate in this boxing tournament. It's not boxing exactly, it's fighting. I think it's boxing only. They use their hands. I didn't see them use their feet. They didn't use any kicks. So obviously the first fight is going well. But now what happens? I mean, again, they have to show some stakes, right? So Mia's father, it's his first fight. So Mia, our protagonist Lee Fong, and Mia's father, they are there at this tournament. They are there at this boxing ring. Not boxing ring, it's a venue wherever the fight is going on. And the fight starts. Mia's father is winning. He does pretty well. But then obviously the opponent, so the father owes money to the shady dude, right? This shady dude is actually there at the boxing match, and he has bet money on the father's opponent. And since the father was winning, they tell the opponent to hit some cheap shots. So the opponent, after the fight is over, after the ref is like, okay, break it off, the opponent comes back and starts elbowing Mia's father in the head. And because of that, he can't fight properly, and he just collapses on the ring. And it's a bad scene. And obviously, again, so now what happens is, while the father is getting hit by the opponent, and the father just collapses, and he collapses in front of everyone. And our protagonist Lee Fong, it's PTSD for him, because he's again seeing an elder figure in his life collapse in front of him, and he can't do anything about it, and he freezes again. Mia is obviously distraught. She's she runs up, she steps into the ring, and she's like, dad, and he's frozen, and obviously things go bad. But now, anywho, they end up in the hospital, and Lee Fong is still, he's fucked. This is happening again with him. So, but good for him, Jackie Chan comes back, and Jackie Chan, he is his uncle, and he comes to America, and then they teach Lee Fong how to fight. And then Lee Fong enters the tournament. There's a tournament called the Five Boroughs tournament, and the winner of the tournament will get $50,000, and obviously that is the money that can help everyone. It can help the father, and it can mostly help the father. That's for him, okay? And it will help it will help Lee Fong to overcome his whatever PTSD he has, I guess. So that's what happens. He wins the tournament, obviously, because he's the protagonist, and it's a good story. It's a good movie. So in 1.5 hours, it's a pretty good watch. But I forgot to tell you. I forgot to mention this, right? So this movie has I don't know why I was explaining the plot. I should talk about the movie, not the exact plot. I guess you guys will come here after you guys have seen the movie, right? So yeah, I'm treating these videos like podcasts. Okay, I need to shorten my content down. But anyway, so highlights, right? We see Jackie Chan. He trains Lee Fong, obviously. Jackie Chan and his family, his ancestors were the one who taught Miyagi's ancestors karate. So that's why there are two branches, and Miyagi's family of course taught Daniel and everything. So that's why Jackie Chan goes to Daniel who is in California, I think. California, I guess, or San Francisco. No, or is it Los Angeles? I don't know. One of those three. Okay. So I don't know. I keep forgetting the cities. So so Daniel and Jackie Chan here, they both train a protagonist, and that's cool. That's nice to see. But every time I see Daniel right on the screen, Daniel LaRusso, obviously you will know him if you have seen Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Every time I see him, I'm just reminded of those memes. Like on Insta, I just keep seeing those Mr. Miyagi and Daniel memes like, you must bounce on it, Daniel song. You must bounce on it crazy style. Like this. It's so fucking hell. Because, I mean, to be fair, right, even Cobra Kai, Daniel keeps glazing Miyagi every episode. Whatever chances he gets, this is not the Miyagi-Do way. Mr. Miyagi would never do this. it gets so ridiculous to a point. So obviously people like started like clowning on Daniel, like people who made the reels, right? So like, Daniel Sal, you must stroke on, stroke off. Okay, so yeah, so every time I saw Daniel, I just kept these fucking reels kept coming into my head, and I just couldn't take him seriously. But anyway, I'm exaggerating, obviously. It was I like seeing Daniel's son. Oh yeah, towards the end, right after the movie is over, like there's like a mid-credit scene, I guess, or like actually the scene is like right after the events of the movie. They showed Daniel back in his home's Miyagi dojo or whatever. Like there's a Miyagi dojo at his home, right? Motherfucker is rich. I don't know, he has a whole dojo in his place. So we see this dude. We see Johnny Lawrence. Fucking hell, Johnny Lawrence is the GOAT. Okay, he is the best character. Fucking, he has none of this fucking Miyagi glazing. So yeah, very fine dude. So we see Johnny Lawrence. So that's a fun cameo. And the movie ends with Johnny suggesting that why can't we open a pizza place? Because Daniel was obviously talking about pizza, right? Daniel gets a pizza from Mia's father, because Mia's father runs the pizza place, right? So Johnny sees this, and Johnny is like, why can't we open our own pizza place? And he goes, we'll call it Miyagi-Do. Holy shit. And yeah, so that was pretty funny. And all in all, it was a pretty good watch. There was another movie I was seeing. Maybe I'll talk about it later. I'm already at like 17 minutes. I always aim to keep my videos near the 10-minute mark, because I feel like 10 minutes is the sweet spot. I don't know who wants to watch me talking for 18 minutes. It's not a podcast, but I'm treating it like a podcast. I don't know why. So the next movie which I was watching was Kraken or Craven? Craven the Hunter. And my god, I will talk about it, but so far I haven't finished the movie. I don't think I can finish the movie. It's strange. It's a really weird movie. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. And obviously it's a Sony picture, and yeah, I don't have much faith on Sony in these things. I don't know how they butcher the characters every time. Spider-Verse was the only good thing which came out, thankfully. So, and wait, I think the Amazing Spider-Man also came from that. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll talk about it later. So all in all, what's the name again? Karate Kid or Kids? Karate Kid Legends. That's the movie. Pretty good movie. Give it a watch. I liked it. It was a fun weekend watch, I would say. It's not like nothing groundbreaking, but yeah. Okay, that's it for today. See you guys in the next one. Bye.